After suffering 6 losses and tying for the last place in Tata Steel Masters 2019, former undisputed world chess champion Russian Grandmaster Vladimir Kramnik revealed that it was his last serious tournament. I already decided to finish my professional chess career a couple of months ago, and now, after having played my last tournament, I would like to announce it publicly, Kramnik was quoted in the press release. Said of course that we will never see Kramnik performing magic on the board, but during his career Kramnik has played a lot of magnificent games which will live forever, and in this video I would like to share with you one of his games played in 2001 in Astana against Darmen Sadvakasov. But before starting our game, would like to warm up your brain. Please take a look at this position and try to find the winning line for black. This position is taken from another game played by Vladimir Kramnik against Matthew Sadler. I will wait for your answer in the comment section. And now back to our main board and let's see what happened in this game. Kramnik had white pieces and he opened up with d4, d5 by Sadvakasov, and c4 with Queen's Gambit. D takes c4, Queen's Gambit accept hit knight f3, knight f6, e3, e6, bishop takes c4, c5 white castles, kingside a6. This is the main line seen a lot of times. a4 white is preventing any possible advancement on the queen side, knight c6, queen e2. White is freeing the d1 square for the rook, a standard idea in Queen's Gambit, queen c7, rook d1, bishop d6, d takes c5, bishop takes c5, b3. White is going to fianchetto his dark squared bishop, which will put pressure on black's king side. e5 by Sadvakasov with knight c3. White is developing his last piece, e4, knight g5 and bishop d6, which is a mistake. So far so good, but instead of playing bishop d6, it was better to develop the light squared bishop with a tempo. If knight d5, then bishop takes e2, if knight takes c7, then bishop takes d1, and after several simplifications, in the end of the day the players have equal chances. But in our game, after knight g5 we have bishop d6. Now comes knight d5. Knight takes d5, rook takes d5, white is sacrificing the pawn on h2, bishop takes h2, check is on the board, and king h1. Instead of king h1, it was better to place the king on f1, and here is the difference. For example, now if bishop e5, then queen h5, if h6, then knight takes f7, and after rook takes f7, rook takes e5, knight takes e5, bishop takes e5, queen e7, queen g6. White king is not on h1, there are no unpleasant checks from h4, and yes, white is going to win. White can win black rook and then can announce a check from g8 and then play rook c1. This black king is in danger, there are a lot of problems with black's queenside pieces, and it's going to be hard to save this position. But in our game, after bishop h2 check, we have king h1. Bishop goes back on e5 and queen h5. White is creating a direct mating threat. Black responded with bishop f5. On the surface, this looks like a normal move. Black is developing his bishop and at the same time is protecting the h7 square, but it was better to play h6. And now this knight takes f7, sacrifice is not dangerous. Black can recapture with the rook. If rook takes e5, then knight takes e5. If bishop takes e5, then queen e7. Now queen g6 can be met with queen h4 check. As the king is on h1, it makes a huge sense, and black is managing to survive. Yes, there is nothing wrong with black's position. Or after queen e7, if you capture on f7, then after queen takes f7, queen takes f7 check, king takes f7, rook c1. Although white has a slight advantage, but there is nothing wrong with black's position. But after queen h5, black missed his chance, played bishop f5, and now will face serious problems. Here Kramnik went for knight takes f7, sacrifice. Rook takes f7, well, if queen takes f7, then rook takes e5 is coming and it's over. We have rook takes f7, after which Kramnik made a fantastic move. You can pause the video and try to find the best move for white. Ready? Here Kramnik simply captured on f5. Look at this beautiful queen sacrifice. But the queen is untouchable because of this checkmate. It's hard to believe, but yes, this is a checkmate. That's why after queen takes f5, black played a desperate g6 move, but after bishop takes e5, finally Darmen Sadvakasov resigned. If g takes f5, then bishop takes c7 is coming, and then rook d7, and yes, white has an extra rook. Or after bishop takes e5, if knight takes e5, then simply queen takes e5, and then black is also going to lose his rook with an extra rook. This is going to be an easy win. That's why after bishop takes e5, black resigned. A very beautiful game. I think that queen takes f5 move was simply epic, and I hope that you enjoyed this game greatly. Thanks for watching. For more games, consider subscribing to my channel. Also press the bell button to get notified about new uploads. I will see you in my next video. Good luck.